On June the 24th, 1981, Mary, the mother of Jesus, began appearing to 6 Croatian children in the small mountain village of Medjugorje in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Today, the Blessed Mother continues to come to 3 of the visionaries every day. Mary is coming to the earth as a loving mother with an urgent plea for prayer, fasting, and conversion to her Son, Jesus. She warns the world that peace today is in a state of grave crisis.
Jesus is the King of peace, and only He can give you the peace that you seek. Pray for peace, so that as soon as possible, a time of peace, which my heart waits impatiently for, may reign.
Since 1981, tens of thousands of Catholic priests, hundreds of bishops and cardinals, over 30 million pilgrims from all over the world have come to this holy place where the Blessed Virgin Mary from 2,000 years ago continues to appear every day. So important is Medjugorje that jurisdiction has been moved from both the local ordinary and the local bishops' conference to the Vatican itself. The Blessed Mother is revealing a series of 10 secrets to the visionaries relating to future events in the world. Some, according to the Virgin, involve certain chastisements that are to come. She reminds us, however, that wars and even natural disasters can be averted through prayer and fasting.
Medjugorje is a sign to all of you and a call to pray and live the days of grace that God is giving you. Little children, do not forget that you are all important in this great plan which God leads through Medjugorje. God desires to convert the entire world. From the depth of my heart, I call you all to open yourselves to this great grace that God gives you through my presence here.
The web portal of Radio Vatican reported in a post of July 21, 2007, that Pope Benedict XVI, during his stay in Lorenzago di Cadore, spent 1 hour praying in front of an image of Our Lady of Medjugorje. The preacher to the papal household chose Medjugorje that summer to give a retreat to priests, and the youth festival saw 40,000 young people from all over the world come together for 8 days of prayer. 450 priests celebrating their opening Mass. Blessed Mother Teresa of Calcutta wrote in her own hand, "We are all praying one Hail Mary before Holy Mass to Our Lady of Medjugorje." Pope John Paul II had called Medjugorje the confessional of the world and said that if he weren't Pope, that's where he would be living as a priest, helping to hear confessions. On April 6, 1995, he had made public his desire to go to Medjugorje, writing to friends in Poland, "We every day return to Medjugorje in prayer." He believed Medjugorje to be the fulfillment and continuation of Fatima, and concluded his daily private rosary in the Vatican gardens. Our Lady of Medjugorje, pray for me. He once told visiting pilgrims to Rome, "Our Lady of Medjugorje will save America," and wrote to friends in his own hand, "I thank Sophia for everything concerning Medjugorje. I too go there every day as a pilgrim in my prayers. I unite in my prayers with all those who pray there or receive a calling for prayer from there. Today we have understood this call better. I rejoice that our time is not lacking people of prayer and apostles." Medjugorje is better understood these days. I myself am very much attached to that place. In confirmation, bishops and cardinals of the Universal Church from Africa to Asia to the Americas have built and consecrated Medjugorje shrines, recognized new religious orders inspired by Our Lady of Medjugorje, and officially sanctioned new religious congregations whose mission is to live and spread Our Lady's messages.
to know what is happening in Medjugorje. Speak about it so that all will be converted. Dear children, you are responsible for the messages. The source of grace is here, but you, dear children, are the vehicles transmitting the gifts. Therefore, dear children, I am calling you to work responsibly. Everyone will be responsible according to his own measure. Dear children, I am calling you to give the gift to others with love and not to keep it for yourselves.
In response, Mary TV is constructing a modern communications facility next to St. James Church in Medjugorje. This project also responds to Pope John Paul II's final appeal to the Church. He repeated throughout his last apostolic letter, "Do not be afraid of the new technologies." At the beginning of his pontificate, 3 days before being shot in St. Peter's Square, just before Our Lady started coming to Medjugorje, the Pope of the Secret of Fatima had said, "The pastoral ministry vested in me, the conciliar outlook I have so often spoken about and encouraged, my personal experience and convictions about humanity, about Christianity, and about the role of bishop, all lead me to emphasize the possibilities for good, the richness, the timeliness of the media." Years later, he would lament, "Public opinion has been shocked at how easily the advanced communication technologies can be exploited by those whose intentions are evil. At the same time, can we not observe a relative slowness on the part of those who wish to do good to use the same opportunities?" It is not easy to remain optimistic. It would be a significant achievement if Christians could cooperate more closely with one another in the media. Cooperating with Mary TV now offers you an opportunity to respond. When news of Our Lady's presence with us in Medjugorje reaches people through the media, lives are changed. While in prison, Jim Jennings, incarcerated for 18 years for crimes including murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and assault and battery, happened to see scenes on television of an apparition in Medjugorje. He experienced at that moment grace for conversion that led him and his fellow inmates to consecrate their New Jersey prison to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Today, he centers his life around the Rosary and the sacraments, grateful at the end of his life to have physical sufferings to offer in reparation for his sins. Lola Falana, the highest paid female entertainer in Las Vegas history, happened to see scenes of Medjugorje on TV one night in 1987 when she was lying in bed suffering from MS. She found herself praying that she'd gladly give up all her fame if she could just go there, climb that mountain, and pray before that cross. Within the year, she went to Medjugorje, was healed, and became a Catholic. She has centered her life ever since around the adoration of Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. Father James Wiley of Pittsburgh left the priesthood in 1974. He no longer believed in the existence of God. As a favor for a friend, he recorded on his VCR a Medjugorje television program. He testifies, "After seeing that program on TV about Medjugorje, I suddenly believed. I went from unbelief to belief overnight. I was given the grace of conversion by seeing that one program on TV." Father Wiley has since, with Rome's approval, been reinstated by his bishop to active ministry in his diocese. After watching a television program about Medjugorje in San Francisco, Congressman Tom Lantos, founder of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus, right hand to President Clinton in Congress and not a baptized Christian, organized a congressional briefing in Washington, D.C. on the importance of the messages of peace being given to the world today by Our Lady in Medjugorje. After viewing that same program, the executive director of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus, also not a baptized Christian, wrote to the president of Mary TV, "You have a very important mission to disseminate this information to the world." And to the president of Bosnia, "I want to add my voice to that of Congressman Chris Smith, urging you to visit Medjugorje. There are times in the life of a nation as much in the lives of individuals when only divine providence can point to a new and unexpected solution to the problems. A Prime Minister who happened to hear through the media in his country a live interview about Medjugorje decided to give his life to Our Lady and consecrate his country to her Immaculate Heart. He officially did the consecration and continues receiving Our Lady's monthly messages, though he and his wife and 85% of his country are Hindu. What powerful confirmation of the possibilities for good, the richness, the timeliness of the media. Just listen now to the testimony of Don Calloway. As a young boy, he was taking heroin, crack, opium every day. By the age of 14, he had committed felonies. His was a life cycle of death. And then, one night his whole life changed, when just seeing pictures of Medjugorje in a book lifted his attention from the gutter to the beauty of the face of Our Lady. Overnight, he was given the grace of conversion. Today, Father Donald Calloway is Vocations Director for the Marians of the Immaculate Conception and House Superior of the Marian House of Studies in Steubenville, Ohio. Mary TV believes the graces experienced by these people can likewise happen for the whole world overnight by having its gaze lifted to the beauty of the face of Our Lady, present with us all today through Medjugorje. Join Mary TV in responding to Pope John Paul II's last apostolic letter, The Rapid Development. Soon after its release, he told us in his will, victory, when it will come, will be a victory through Maria. Start praying one rosary every day for the success of Mary TV's project, constructing a television facility next to St. James Church in order to bring Our Lady's daily presence in Medjugorje to the world through modern means of communications technologies. As he lay dying at the end of his life, Cardinal Jaime Sin, Pope John Paul's good friend, was offering his prayers and sacrifices for the success of this project. The Honorable Alfred Kingan, former U.S. Ambassador to the European Community and Secretary to President Reagan's cabinet, who was getting Our Lady's messages from Medjugorje to both President Reagan and President Gorbachev before the fall of the Berlin Wall, also encourages support for Mary TV's project. Mary TV is a not-for-profit lay apostolate in the Church, entirely dependent on private donations. Only with your help will we be able to finish construction and begin. Mary TV, P.O. Box 899, Notre Dame, Indiana 46556, USA. Just before he died, the Pope of the Secret of Fatima told visiting bishops from the U.S., "Now is above all the hour of the lay faithful."